The Starbucks workers' strike reaches Madison. A closer look at what workers are demanding and how far it has spread nationwide. And holiday travelers on American Airlines saw their travels come to a screeching halt this morning. What caused a 1-hour ground stop today. And a key player in Wisconsin legislative politics over the last half century has passed away. A look back at the life of Janesville Democrat Tim Cullen. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Starbucks workers are going on strike around the country to demand better pay. Workers United Union claims that more than 300 stores nationwide are on the picket lines this Christmas Eve. However, that number has yet to be confirmed by Starbucks. Our Merrill Hubbard went to the strike in downtown Madison to show us their demands.
If you couldn't get your coffee this morning, it's because unionized Starbucks workers are on strike asking for fair wages and a contract.
What do we want? When do we want it?
Dozens of Starbucks workers from 4 unionized locations in Madison walked the picket line on Tuesday. They are contributing to the final of a 5-day national strike that was called by Workers United after negotiations broke down last week. These workers are negotiating with Starbucks to call for higher pay, improved benefits, and a contract. However, the workers on strike here say that the company is not meeting their needs.
I think a lot of people work as a barista and they genuinely like it. And, you know, any worker deserves to have a living wage and have benefits and be able to afford health care and be able to afford to live a full life, have children. And right now, as it stands, baristas struggle a lot.
Senua O'Connor is a bargaining delegate for Starbucks and has been representing baristas' voices at the bargaining table for the past 9 months. This strike comes at a busy time right before Christmas, and Workers United says that Starbucks workers reserve the right to keep striking even past the holidays. Reporting in Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Now, in response, the coffee chain had agreed to negotiate an initial contract by the end of the year for workers at more than 500 locations who have unionized. And once again, Starbucks says it is ready to continue negotiations when the union comes back to the bargaining table. Well, now for a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us from the weather patio. Alex.
Hey, Eric, we've got a little bit of snow out here, pretty festive looking out here on our patio. And I think the chance of a white Christmas for Madison and areas to the north is going to be pretty high. But we also have some changes that I really want to emphasize in our 5 o'clock newscast here. A little bit of ice, a possibility Christmas Day night with some freezing drizzle that we're first to let you know that that potential is there. Then that melts away quickly on Thursday as mild air moves into the area. Very mild for that matter, with shower activity Thursday, Friday going on into Saturday. But let's start off with our current temperatures right now. If you're heading out for any evening festivities, temperatures have cooled down into the 20s because the skies cleared. That was a treat today that wasn't expected. The sun allowing our temperatures to, or allowing the skies to clear and allowing the temperatures now to get cold. As I can see my breath here, we're going to go for a little bit colder of a low tonight. Low temperatures already down to 22 in Cross Plains, still 25 at the airport. But until clouds start to fill back in, our temperatures will continue to drop. They'll probably start to rebound as we get into the early morning hours as we plan Christmas Eve, with clouds building back in as we go towards Christmas Day. Christmas globe hasn't changed, 34, cloudy skies, seasonably mild day. But it's this next graphic that I'm going to show you here that some drizzle and freezing drizzle could cause some unexpected icy spots. And we want to make sure that you know that there may be some icy spots as we go Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Coming up in Maine weather, we're going to track the freezing drizzle. And I'm also going to give you a glimpse at the shower activity that we're expected by the end of the week.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well-known retired state senator Tim Cullen passed away this week. Political reporter Will Keneally spoke with those who knew Cullen well, and he joins us with more. Will?
Well, Eric, I spoke with some of Cullen's former and current colleagues in the wake of the news. They described Cullen as a pragmatist and someone who was willing to cross the political aisle to get stuff done. Among those who knew him well, former state senator Dale Schultz.
Well, I think the best advice I ever got from him was that you lead with respect. And I never forgot that. So oftentimes you see politicians trying to threaten each other. I never once had to threaten anybody when I was majority leader, and I trace that back to that advice.
Now, both Cullen and Schultz were well known in the last decade for making a case against gerrymandering, that's drawing legislative districts to keep one political party in power. Now, their work came to a fruition this year when Governor Evers signed new maps into law.
I think we did 150 talks. I mean, we went literally everywhere anybody would listen in the state. We and we had a great time laughing and joking about our careers, things we'd seen and done. And it was just a wonderful bonding experience that lasted more than a few years.
Now, Cullen was also well known for helping out Janesville. We spoke with area Representative Sue Conley as well.
But he was a guy that really never stopped thinking about new ideas that could help his community. It didn't matter where he was. He kept thinking about ways we could improve. And he had the resources to make some of those things happen himself.
Now, Conley says that also included a local government internship as well as a free press to help middle school students become journalists.
Will, thank you very much. 5 people are displaced, a family dog in the care of veterinarians after a structure fire on Knollwood Way in Madison. The fire department was called to the home on Friday evening around 6. An attached garage was fully engulfed, they say. The whole family was accounted for. Firefighters then entered the home and found the family dog, who was unresponsive. They brought the dog outside, gave it oxygen, and the dog was resuscitated. The dog now said to be in stable condition. The Red Cross is helping the family. Madison Fire also says they were able to save Christmas gifts and other family belongings. Well, with the Christmas holiday, some city services are suspended. Others are still operating in Madison. For Madison Metro Transit, all routes are open tonight. However, the Paratransit has all rides canceled after 6 tonight. Tomorrow, routes A through G, H, J, L, O, P, R, and S, they'll be running, and standing rides for paratransit are canceled. Madison libraries are all closed today and tomorrow. Meters and parking restrictions will be enforced today, but will not be enforced tomorrow. If today or tomorrow are your trash days, trash will not be collected. You'll want to visit the City of Madison website for an updated collection calendar. Well, on a day when a potentially record-breaking number of people are on our roads and in the air, there were some technical difficulties this morning for American Airlines, which led to about a 1-hour ground stop for all of its flights. On top of that, there was also nasty weather on both coasts. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport.
At airports across the country, it was hurry up and wait. Long lines greeted flyers at Washington's Reagan National Airport Monday. Nationwide, the TSA expects to screen nearly 40 million passengers from December 19th through January 2nd, a 6% increase from a year ago. Passengers also packed airports in Denver, Pittsburgh, and in Boston.
Yeah, it's worse than I expected, so feeling a little slightly panicked.
I'm a full-time teacher, so I'm just trying to be on the beach and chill.
In Seattle, one anxious passenger opened the emergency exit door of an arriving Alaska Airlines flight Sunday night. No one was hurt. An estimated 107 million people will travel by car for the holidays, including Tony Ultramori, who was filling up for a 1,000-mile drive from Texas to Colorado.
This is one of those trips where it doesn't matter how much it's going to cost because it's good to see your family.
Lucky for him, gas prices compared to last Christmas are down an average of 8 cents a gallon.
Gas prices going into the holidays this year are some of their lowest levels since the pandemic. Christmas gas prices this year are likely to be at their lowest level on Christmas since 2020.
For those planning on driving today, another bit of good news. Expected to be less traffic on the roadways. Now, the big holiday rush, if you will, is actually expected after Christmas. Many airports anticipating huge crowds this Friday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Atlanta.
Former President Bill Clinton is out of the hospital. His office says the former president was discharged from Georgetown University Medical Center in Washington a day after being admitted for the flu. The former president's deputy chief of staff said Clinton was admitted yesterday after developing a fever. The 78-year-old has experienced health problems in the past, including a 4-hour bypass surgery back in 2004. In 2010, Clinton had a procedure to place 2 stents in one of his arteries. Well, if you have eye drops in your medicine cabinet, there is a recall to tell you about. Alcon Laboratories is recalling a single lot of Systane Lubricant Eye Drops Ultra PF. It's due to the possibility of fungal contamination. That can lead to eye infections. However, no adverse effects have been reported yet. The recalled drops come in 25-count packages with the lot number 10101 and a September 2025 expiration date. If you have those eye drops, stop using them. You can take them back to the place of purchase for a replacement or a refund. Earlier today, the Alliant Energy Center played host to the largest blood drive in all of Wisconsin. The 39th annual American Red Cross Holiday Blood Drive brings people out to donate blood for those in need. The Red Cross says this time of the year is a tough time of the year for donations because of the holidays and also travel schedules. So today is helpful for helping those in need.
So today, this is like that one last gift gift of your precious blood to someone to help save a life. And that could be, somebody that's, dealing with cancer, or someone that needs blood transfusions, or maybe even a car accident. Having that blood available for someone, you never know who's going to need that.
The American Red Cross has 2 blood donation centers in Madison if you missed out on the drive today. For more information, just head on over to AmericanRedCross.org. Just ahead, Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is back. Your complete holiday firstborn forecast. And many are hoping to pay for all those Christmas gifts and then some with a Christmas miracle, chasing a massive Mega Millions jackpot. And it was a noon central close time for the markets on this Christmas Eve. The Dow jumps 390 points. The Nasdaq up 266 1/4. The S&P 500 gains 66. And we'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Wisconsin residents drank an average of 35 gallons of alcohol per person in 2022. That's according to the website Wisconsin Watch. A report from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism shows Wisconsinites drank 20% less beer from 2012 to 2022. Drinking spirits rose 32%. Experts warn that long-term alcohol use raises the risk of cancer and other diseases. For more information, you can visit wisconsinwatch.org. The holiday wish line is still open through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The wish line for anyone who may need a pick-me-up during a time that is all about celebration, as the pressures of the holiday season can be overwhelming. 6 Make-A-Wish kids are spreading cheer through the Wish line and features pre-recorded messages, sharing uplifting messages to those who may need it. From now through New Year's, you can call 480-914-9474 to hear kid-friendly wisdom and funny jokes. Tonight's Mega Millions drawing has millions of people hoping for a Christmas miracle. The jackpot now $1 billion. Christiane Benavides reports from Miami. We don't have that package. We'll try to catch up with that later. Maybe we're just thinking about Miami right now, although it isn't too bad for this time of year, Alex.
No, not too bad indeed. The sun came out. That was our Christmas present. I wasn't even quite expecting that, nor was much of the meteorological community. We snuck in one nice sunny day because the clouds will be back, and also with some of those clouds as we go into Christmas Day night, entering a drizzle and freezing drizzle chance, which I'm going to track here momentarily. But the good stuff, mild temperatures, will have that through the end of the week going into the weekend. Maybe the not such good stuff, it's going to be a bit on the dreary side with shower activity Thursday, Friday going on into Saturday. Tonight, though, temperatures lower than what we were forecasting this time last night for Christmas Eve because we had clear skies, and that allows the temperatures to cool on down to 21, 22 degrees just before midnight, but then we go back into the 20s and mid-20s as we head into the early hours of Christmas Day. Our Christmas globe we've been showing for the past couple of days, no changes here in the Christmas globe, 34 degrees, cloudy skies, not expecting drizzle or showers during the day on Christmas, but that changes Christmas Day night. By the time we get to the wee hours of Thursday morning, a little bit of pink here along U.S. Highway 151 and points to the northwest, Madison and areas northwest, Janesville and areas southeast, more in the form of drizzle. And we see that mix of freezing drizzle and drizzle through that Thursday morning rush hour period where there could still be some folks out and about driving post the Christmas holiday. So I want to highlight this period for southern Wisconsin. Even though we turn over to drizzle by the time we get into Thursday afternoon, there's that narrow window of opportunity for drizzle from, let's say, midnight Thursday to about 6 a.m. on Thursday, generally speaking. Not impressive ice accumulations, but just a little bit of a glaze from freezing drizzle is all you need for a slick spot, whether it's on an untreated road surface or also on sidewalks. And that, again, I want to rest assured will melt away as we go into Thursday, any slick spots that we do receive. Then I'm going to move over here because I want to show you just how high our rain bars are getting. They're getting up into the widespread category Friday, going on into Saturday. Several weather systems are going to come up from the southwest. And when we have weather systems coming up from the southwest, that usually means they have moisture. Already showers breaking out Thursday. By the time we get into 6 o'clock north and west of Madison, widespread green Friday, going into Friday night, going on again into Saturday, and then into Saturday evening as well. Periods of showers, and the showers may actually amount to some decent amounts coming up tomorrow night on Christmas. I'll be here for the 9 and 10 o'clock shows, or rather the 10 o'clock show for Channel 3, and we'll start to give you an estimate on total amounts of water that we'll expect during this time period. Sunday, still a chance of a shower, can't rule that out as well. So Christmas Day, 34, that freezing drizzle mix going on into Wednesday night and into Thursday. Then we have showers Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going on into at least the first part of Sunday. Highs in the mid to upper 40s to near 50. These low temperatures in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. Those are near record warm low temperatures that we may actually break. New Year's Eve day, I'm going to step out of the way there. Notice the mix of precipitation on New Year's Eve day. Could be looking at an impactful weather system in the Midwest, bringing a mix of rain and snow and breezy conditions, likely ending as some snow as we go into New Year's Eve night, going into New Year's Day. So that's another weather system that the First Run Weather Team are keeping an eye on. I want to call this out again. Thanks, Randy. What a beautiful photo here to start off Christmas Eve with that sunrise and the skies cleared. Fort Atkinson, what a pretty picture there. Just scan those QR codes. Anytime you scan those codes, you'll link right up to the First Warn Weather Team's database, so to speak, of weather photos, and then we can showcase those on air. And then just briefly with traffic, not expecting traffic to be an issue this evening with a sunny and very pleasant day. Conditions just fine on the Beltline right now, going at 60 miles per hour. And as suspected, 70 miles per hour down in Janesville and up towards the Dells around 70 miles per hour. But don't let your guard down again tomorrow night, Christmas Day night. There could be a little bit of freezing drizzle to contend with, at least for a few hours into Thursday morning.
All right, Alex, thank you. Now we have that story about the Mega Millions jackpot, which has now reached $1 billion. Again, Christiane Benavides reports from Miami.
Instead of dreaming of a white Christmas, Mega Millions players are hoping for green as the jackpot reaches $1 billion.
Only when it's big, I play.
It's a pretty big drawing, and you got to play to win, right?
If someone wins, it would only be the second time a Mega Millions jackpot was drawn on Christmas Eve. The last one was in 2002.
Perhaps it could be a good omen. It's, the spirit of the holidays, everyone's in a good mood, and how wonderful it would be to win whoever wins, and hopefully they'll do good with it.
There have only been 3 winning jackpot drawings this year, the fewest of any single year since the game began.
I have hopes.
The odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in nearly 303 million, but that's not deterring Antonio Olirbes.
I'm 36 years old. With that kind of money, I can live this life and the other life, and protect my kids for 3 generations, I think so.
He says if he does win, he will try to stay anonymous.
Believe me, when you got $1 billion, friends show up.
And starting in April, the price of a Mega Millions ticket will go from $2 to $5. The lottery says it's part of its new and improved game that will offer larger starting jackpots, grow faster with better odds of winning. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Next, we'll take you to Southern California for an updated version of an old holiday tradition for a new generation. Next at 5.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A holiday staple in Southern California has returned for a new generation. Lori Perez reports on a Pasadena resident's stunning holiday light display. It's brighter than ever, more than a decade after it was torn apart by vandals.
I've never seen something this beautiful in my life. And I think it's like the real spirit of Christmas.
That right there is why George Corville spent all summer and much of the fall painstakingly recreating this stunning Christmas spectacle. And recreating is the word, because so much of what you see had to be repaired, and it's a fraction of what he used to have after vandals took baseball bats to the display 14 years ago. KCAL did this story on the crime back in 2009.
The house was vandalized 3 years in a row, and at $800 to $1,200 a year to keep repairing everything, it kind of got the best of me.
And so with that, after 2009, the show and all the holiday lights his dad first turned on in 1964 went dark. Did you feel a void?
Oh, it was immense. It was beyond words and feeling. You know, I had lost pretty much my life.
Until this year, when Corville staged a comeback, once again filling his yard with retro decor.
A few of the blow globes that I was able to salvage.
And handmade pieces.
A neighborhood lady painted back in the days when she worked for Disney.
Brought to life by this former mechanical engineer.
The teeter-totter in the back with the bears was the first animation that I came up with.
Did you know Santa lived on our street? The vandals broke Corville's heart, but they never did break his Christmas spirit. And passersby are delighted he and his holiday highlights on Monte Vista Street are back.
There's such a sense of generosity when people do these displays. It's, you know, it's to share with everybody, and it's just reassuring.
Christmas means a lot to me. It's more than just that one day. It's the season of when we can all feel good, put all of our differences aside, and enjoy the friendship that we have.
Corville turns those lights on for 4 hours every evening, but keeps them on an hour longer on Friday and Saturday nights. We'll be right back. Final check of your First Warn forecast. The Kilauea volcano on Hawaii's Big Island erupted early yesterday, prompting officials to issue a watch alert status. Footage from the U.S. Geological Survey shows lava fountains feeding flows across the caldera floor as the sun rose over the island. Kilauea, one of the world's most active volcanoes, with dozens of eruptions recorded since 1952, according to the USGS. Authorities are closely monitoring the situation for potential hazards. Alex is back as we take one final check of this Christmas forecast.
Yeah, tomorrow is looking just fine and dandy. After a cold night tonight, temperatures will rise. And we actually are a little bit colder tonight because we cleared out today. That was that Christmas present that I was talking about earlier. But then as we get into Christmas Day itself, 34, cloudy skies, but we'll be keeping an eye out as we go into Christmas Day night and into that Thursday following. Some drizzle, maybe a little freezing drizzle could promote a couple of slick spots across southern Wisconsin. So we want to emphasize that if you're doing any driving late tomorrow night or more likely on Thursday morning, don't let your guard down. It's that time of year as we have freezing drizzle and drizzle in the forecast to be on the lookout for the potential for a couple of slick spots, then the showers through the end of the upcoming work week.
All right, Alex, thanks. We're back in a half hour with another newscast on News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.